Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see August 22 daily current affairs. So today we are going to discuss the topics of center plans to take caste count during census. So which comes under GS2 governance. Next, first batch of elephants begins journey to Mysuru to take part in Dasara festivals. So which comes under Prelims perspective. Next, PM begins Poland visit, says it will help forge more vibrant relations. So which comes under GS2 international relations. Next, WHO investigating suspected new polio strain in Meghalaya. So which comes under GS3 governance and social justice. Next, the Bunny grasslands of Kutch, which comes under location. We have to know under location. Next, editorial analysis, and finally the international organizations topic we'll be seeing. So today our first topic is about center plans to take caste count during census. So we have to know about the news. The union government is considering whether to include caste enumeration in the next census amid demands from political parties. So while caste-wise population count has not been even conducted since independence, past attempts like the 2011 socio-economic and caste census were found to inaccurate, delaying the census further. Now, what is ongoing discussions for caste enumeration in census? The union government is actively discussing whether to include caste enumeration in the next census. The demand for a caste census is being raised by various political parties, including those in ruling alliances. No financial decision has been made yet regarding caste data inclusion in the census. Next, what are the challenges and concerns seen here? Concerns about errors in caste data led the government of declare the 2011 caste enumeration unreliable. Political parties' demands for a caste census have contributed to delay of the census. Next, the digital and delayed census. The upcoming census scheduled originally for 2021 was delayed due to the pandemic and other factors. It will be India's first digital center allowing response to fill the questionnaire online. The boundary fees deadline for administrative divisions lapsed on June 30, 2024 after being extended multiple items. Next, the caste census initiatives in states. In Bihar, completed and published its caste census in 2023. Next, what are the next, the other states like Karnataka also conducted caste census, but their reports remain unpublished. Next, the benefits and challenges associated with caste census is the first thing is enhancements affirmative action, social welfare program, data driven decision making, challenges associated data accuracy, political sensitivity, administrative complexity, and finally the resistance from some groups. So these are all the benefits and challenges seen under this. So our next topic is about first batch of elephants begins journey to Mysuru to take part in Dasara festival. So we have to know about the news first. The first batch of 9 capronized elephants that will take part in Mysuru Dasara festival in October began their journey from Viranhosahali Gate on outskirts of Nagarhole Tiger Reserve to the city of Wednesday. So now we have to know about Mysore Dasara. Mysore Dasara on Mysuru Dasara is a 10-day festival celebrated in state of Karnataka by Hindus. The festival signifies the victory of truth over evil. The legend behind the festival is that Hindu goddesses, namely Durga, so also called as Chamundeshwari and Chamundeshwari, so which have defeated the demon Mahishasur or Mahishasuran on the 10th day of the festival, which is called Vijayadashami. This 10th day festival, which comes to an end on the 10th day, that is Vijayadashami, marks the successful conclusion of preceding 9 days. The preceding 9 days of the festival are called Navaratri, that is 9 nights. Each of these days is dedicated to one form of the goddess Durga. So in first day, the goddess's name is Shailputri, on second day Brahmacharini, third Chandraganta, fourth Kushmanda, fifth Skandamata, sixth Katyayani, seventh Kalaratri, eighth Mahagauri, and ninth Siddhidartri. So these are all the goddesses' name for those 9 days. The 10th day witnessed a spectacularly grand procession being held starting from Mysore Palace and concluding at Bannimantam. Mysuru Dasara is also called as Nandahaba or Nandahaba, and is recognized as a state festival in Karnataka. The major celebrations are organized by the royal family of Mysore. During the period of Mysore Dasara, the whole city is decorated and illuminated. The festival also witnesses the conduct of various interesting cultural programs. The prominent among it was wrestling, poet meet, food festival, sports, film festival, etc. Fairs and exhibitions are also conducted which last up to several months around the festival and attains the peak time on the date of the Dasara. The Karnataka Exhibition Authority organizes the festivals where in many business government departments, public or private sector industries takes part to promote their business by setting up stalls. Mysore Dasara is just another version of festival which is celebrated all over the country in slightly different ways. The Navaratri of Gujarat and Durga Puja of West Bengal are also other famous versions of the Hindu festival. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2017. Consider the following pairs, that is traditions and communities they have been given. Chaliha Shahid Festival, Sindhis, Nandarajat Yatra, Gons, Vari Varkari, Santals. So which of the pairs given above is correctly matched? So the answer is A. Only one is correctly matched. So our next topic is about PM begins Poland visit, says it will help forge more vibrant relations. So we have to know about the news first. It is the first visit by the Indian Prime Minister in 45 years. Modi interacts with the Indian diaspora in Warsaw pays homage to Jan Sahib of Navanagar at his memorial and the Indian and Polish soldiers who fought in the Second World War. So we have to know about Poland first. It is a country in Central Europe. So the borders of the Poland is these borders have been changed many times over the centuries. Its present borders were set after the World War II ended in 1945. Poland has seven neighbors: Germany, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia. It has variety of striking landscapes from the sandy beach of the Baltic Sea coast in the north and the rolling central lowlands to the snow-capped peaks to the Carpathian and Sudeten mountains in the south. We have to know the history of this also. In 1795, Poland was conquered and divided up among Russia, Prussia, which is now Germany, and Austria. Poland ceased to exist as country in 123 years. In 1918, after World War I, Poland was restored as country, but just 21 years later, Germany and the Soviet Union attacked, intent on dividing Poland between them. The aggression marked the beginning of the World War II. With the fall of Nazi Germany, Poland effectively lost its independence once again, becoming a communist satellite state of the Soviet Union. Nearly half of the century of totalitarian rule followed through, not without strong challenges on the part of Poland's workers, who, supported by dissident Catholic Church, called economic failures of the Soviet system into question. In the late 1970s, beginning in the shipyards of Gdansk, those workers formed a nationwide movement called Solidarity. In May 1989, the Polish government fell along with communist regimes throughout Eastern Europe, beginning Poland's rapid transformation into the democracy. Its capital is Warsaw, and official language is Polish. So they use the money zloty. The area is 3,12,685 square kilometer. Major mountain ranges are Carpathians, Sudetens. Next major rivers is Vistula or Poland has more than 1,300 lakes throughout the country, and we have to know about the form of government. Poland is a parliamentary republic with a prime minister who is the head of the government and president who is the head of the state. The government structure is centered on the Council of Ministers. It is a member of both NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the European Union. So with this we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2023. Consider the following countries: Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, and Romania. How many of the above mentioned countries share land border with Ukraine? So the answer is A. Only two shared borders with Ukraine. Our next topic is about WHO investigating suspected new polio strain in Meghalaya. We have to know about the news first. Recently, a vaccine-derived polio case has been confirmed in two-year-old child from Tikrikila, Meghalaya. Health authorities clarified that this is not wild polio virus but an infection seen in individuals with low immunity. So, India polio free status is India was declared polio free by the World Health Organization, that is WHO, in 2014, with the last wild polio virus case reported in 2011. With this, we have to know about the understanding vaccine derived polio. So, the vaccine composition first, the oral polio vaccine, that is OPV, contains a weakened form of poliovirus which stimulates an immune response. On rare occasions in under-immunized populations, the excrete vaccine virus can circulate, undergo genetic changes, and potential revert to the capable of causing paralysis. This is known as circulating vaccine-derived poliovirus. Next, the global context is since 2000, over 10 billion doses of OPV have been administered globally, resulting in 24 CVDP outbreaks in 21 countries with fewer than 760 cases. Now, with this, we have to know about the prevention. To stop CVDP transmission, who recommends multiple rounds of high quality immunization campaigns? So, what is that about polio? We have to know about it. So, polio is a viral infection disease that can cause irreversible paralysis and even death by affecting the nervous system. First, the wild poliovirus strains. There are three different strains of wild poliovirus strains. The first one is wild poliovirus type 1, type 2, and type 3. So although systematically similar, each strain has genetic and virological difference necessitating separate erratic efforts. Transmission next. The virus primarily spreads through the fecal oral route and can multiply in the intestine where it can invade the nervous system. It predominantly affects children under 5. So now available vaccines are this oral polio vaccine and injectable polio vaccine. Oral polio vaccine administered as the birth dose followed by three primary doses, that is 6, 10, and 14 weeks, and the booster doses at 16 to 24 months. The injectable polio virus is a vaccine given an additional dose along with the DPT, that is diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus vaccine under the universal immunization program. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2016. Mission Indradhanush launched by the government of India pertains to. The answer is A. Immunization of children and pregnant women. So next, our topic is about bunny grasslands of Kutch. A study conducted by researchers at Kutch University assessed the sustainability of different areas in Bunny for suitable grassland restoration, with ecological value being the primary criterion. Now, what are the restoration of Bunny grasslands highlights of the study? First, in research study, the object is that a study conducted by researchers of KSKB Kutch University associated the sustainability of different areas in Bunny for sustainable grassland restoration with ecological value being the primary criterion. Now, why it is needed for the restoration? Originally covering about 3,800 square kilometers, the Bunny grasslands have shrunk to about 2,600 square kilometer. Next, categories of restoration zones. The research divided the grasslands into 5 categories based on restaurant sustainability. So they are high suitable, suitable, moderately suitable, marginally suitable, and non-suitable. Next, the riparian potential. The highly suitable and suitable zones making up nearly two-thirds of the Bunny grasslands can be restored easily by providing adequate water sources. So next we'll be seeing detailedly about the Bunny grasslands. The Bunny grasslands is a salt-tolerant ecosystem located in the Kutch district of Gujarat, covering around 3,847 square kilometer. It is said to be Asia's largest grassland. The climate is arid and semi-arid with extremely hot summers and mild winters and receiving 300 to 400 mm of annual rainfall mainly during the monsoon. It is inhabited by pastoral communities like Maldaris who rely on livestock grazing and for their livelihood. Next, agriculture is limited due to the arid conditions with some areas used for soil production. Next, the flora. Grasses such as Chanthium, Sporobolus, and Centrus species with salt-tolerant plants, shrubs, and trees like acacia and invasive proposes Juliflora. Fauna is Indian fowl, wolf, hyena, chinkara, great Indian busters, flamingos, and various raptors, reptiles, and invertebrates. So with this we have UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2021. The vegetation of savanna consists of grassland with scattered small trees, but extensive areas have no trees. The forest development in such areas generally kept in check by one or more or a combination of some conditions. Which of the following are such conditions? Burrowing animals and termites, fire, grazing herbivores, seasonal rainfall, and soil properties. Select the correct answer using the code given below. So the answer is C. 2, 3, and 4 are the correct answers. So our next topic is about editorial analysis. Under editorial analysis, we'll be seeing the topic imports weaken Indian pharma. So recent government policies such as global trending for essential medicines and removal of customs duties on cancer drugs could undermine India's domestic pharmaceutical industry. These measures may desensitive local production, increase reliance on import, and contradict legislative efforts aimed at promoting affordable locally produced medicines through the Patents Act. So with this, we have to know about the government initiatives and impact of initiatives on domestic industry. The first one is global tendering for machines. Global tendering for machines. Next, removal of custom duty on cancer medicines. Next, impact on domestic industry. So under the impact, these measures could desensitize local production and make India more reliant on imports, weakening the domestic pharmaceutical industry. Now, what are the biosimilar guidelines seen here? So the guidelines are produce patent regime and regulatory guidelines for biosimilars, and their provisions under the Patents Act is first compulsory licensing, that is CL. Next, government use licenses, and the third is obsolete biosimilar guidelines. Next, the misalignment of government policies are the proposed customs duty waiver on cancer medicines and global tendering for essential drugs contradict India's legislative directives aimed at improving medicine affordability and local production. These policies could reduce incentives for domestic production, leading to greater reliance on imports. Next, the status of Indian pharma. The current scenario is India is one of the biggest supplier of low-cost vaccines in the world and in the largest provider of generic medicines, globally occupying a 20% share in global supply by volume. India accounts for 60% of global vaccine production, making it the largest vaccine producer and the volume of the 14th largest in the term value. The pharma sector currently contributes to around 1.72% of the country's gross domestic product. Next, we will be seeing the exports. The pharmaceutical is one of the top 10 attractive sectors for foreign investment in India. The pharmaceutical exports reached more than 200 nations around the world, including highly regulated markets of USA, Western Europe, Japan, and Australia. India's drugs and pharmaceuticals exports stood 22.51 billion US dollars in financial year 24, that is April to January, recording a stronger year-on-year growth of 8.12% during the period. Now, how drugs are regulated in India? The Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 is seen. Next, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, and finally the Drugs Controller General in India. So That's all from this editorial analysis. Our next topic is under international organization. So under that we'll be seeing the Arctic Council. The Arctic Council is a high-level intergovernmental body set up in 1996 by the Ottawa Declaration to promote cooperation, coordination, and interaction among the Arctic states together with the indigenous communities and other Arctic inhabitants. The Council has 8 circumpolar countries as the member states and mandated to protect the Arctic environment and promote the economies and social cultural well-being of the indigenous people whose organization as permanent participants in the council. Next, the Arctic Council Secretariat. The Standing Arctic Council Secretariat formally became operational in 2013 in Tromsø, Norway. The Council has members in Hawk observer countries and permanent participants. The members of the Arctic Council are Ottawa Declaration declares Canada, the Kingdom of Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, the Russia Federation, Sweden, and the United States of America as a member of the Arctic Council. Denmark represents Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Next, the permanent participants are Aleut International Association, that is AIA. Next, Arctic Athabaskan Council, that is AAC. Next, Gift in Council International, GCI. Inuit Circumpolar Council, that is ICC. Next, Russian Association of Indigenous People of the North, that is called as RIPEN. Next, Sami Council. Next, the observer status. It is open to non-Arctic states along the intergovernmental, interparliamentary, global, regional, and non-governmental organizations that Council determines contribute to its work. It approved by the Council of Ministerial meetings that occur once every 2 years. Arctic Council observes a primary contribute through the engagement in the Council at the level of working groups. Observers have no voting rights in the Council. As of 2022, 13 non-Arctic states have observer status, such as Germany, Netherlands, Poland, United Kingdom, France, Spain, China, India, Italy, Japan, and South Korea, Singapore, and Switzerland. The permanent participants are in 1998, the number of permanent participants doubled to make up the present 6 as the Alliance International Association, and then in 2000 the Arctic Athabaskan Council and the Guj Council International were appointed permanent participant. Their observer status also seen as will be repeating here. Next, with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2021. Consider the following countries: Denmark, Japan, Russian Federation, United Kingdom, United States of America. Which of the above are the members of Arctic Council? So the answer is D. 1, 3, and 5 are the correct one. So that's all from our today's topic. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.